If you go down by Country Lane, across the downs to Hampshire's plain, where Hamble Spring first breaks the sod, you'll find a hamlet blessed by God.
Welcome to Bishop's Waltham, a historic market town set in the rolling Hampshire countryside. Situated on the edge of the new South Downs National Park, this small town houses about 6,500 people and acts as a hub for all the other villages and hamlets within its rural hinterland. Its name derives from the fact that the immensely wealthy bishops of Winchester built and maintained a palace here, the first one built in around 1138 by Bishop Henry of Blois, the grandson of William the Conqueror. The town grew up to the north of the palace to serve its needs, and its actual layout was planned by Bishop Henry in the 12th century and remains much the same today. According to manorial records, a high street existed in 1332. So it is now a well-developed central structure based around the high street that dates from the 14th and 15th centuries, and many structures in the town centre can be dated back to this early period. Today, given the recent recession and general economic downturn, the high street is doing all right. It has a low vacancy rate amongst its nearly 60 shops, and most are still run by independent owners. It even has a butcher, a baker, a greengrocer and a fishmonger, something that many high streets can only dream about. Now even the 16th century coaching inn, the Crown, that lies at the top of the high street, has been splendidly renovated by Fullers. So why, you might ask, are we making this bid? Well, as Mary Portas said in her report, we may have been burying our heads in the sand about the social and economic impact of out-of-town centre superstores. And that is exactly what will happen to Bishop's Waltham in about a year's time, when an out-of-centre Sainsbury's superstore opens on the outskirts of a town so small that it doesn't even have a zebra crossing, and where the nearest A road is over 3.5 miles away. This Sainsbury's superstore will have a net sales floor area of 3,255 square metres. That's nearly 1.5 times the existing gross retail floor space in the whole of the rest of the town. Positioned next to the palace ruins, behind one of the bishop's fish ponds, it is sufficiently far from the main shopping area to create a completely separate shopping destination. Our local planning authority's own consultants expect that Bishop's Waltham food shops will lose over £3 million of their business straight to Sainsbury's, and non-food shops will lose over £750,000. To put that in scale, that is 33% of all food trade and over 10% of non-food business. They also see it as entirely possible that the larger co-op store on the high street may close, and, to quote, possible impact on other convenience shops may cause one or two of the other small convenience shops to close. As the Portas review highlights, such loss of trade and closures of shops can start a vicious circle of falling footfall followed by yet more closures. So, we want to sustain and future-proof our existing high street whilst developing new markets, uses and businesses for it. We want to build on and develop its role as a social and cultural meeting place for the people in our community and the nearby villages for whom Bishop's Waltham acts as a hub. By helping people to socialise and engage with other people in the community, we want to go on enhancing the health and well-being of all, young and old, rich or poor. So we want to be a pilot study in which the Portas recommendations can be tested to see how well they can be used to ensure the future of a high street, rather than trying to revive a dead or dying one. If this proves to be the case, valuable lessons, applicable widely across the country, could be learnt. A town team comprising the Bishop's Waltham Parish Council, the Bishop's Waltham Chamber of Trade and the Bishop's Waltham Society has been formed, with widespread support from many community groups and Winchester City Council itself. Our plans include improvements to infrastructure in the form of lighting, pavements and road surfaces, parking and some unsightly areas. The aim is to make the high street accessible, attractive and safe. Since the town centre is bypassed, much improved signage is also badly needed to attract the thousands who drive by into something they know nothing about. Beyond these early steps, we want to look at the feasibility of introducing a loyalty card, an Independence Day, especially for the independent traders, a creche for young mothers on Saturday mornings, regular late-night openings, and a town centre website. We have already held 2 public consultation sessions and plan more. These are providing a further flow of new and innovative ideas to be considered and tested. The community itself is keen to future-proof what it cares for, its high street. If the bid is successful, we hope to be able to add match funding from Sainsbury's, Winchester City Council, and possibly leader funding. This opens the possibility of looking at a part-time town centre manager to help develop and drive forward these and other new ideas. We believe that Bishop's Waltham's bid provides a quite specific pilot study of a rural market town with a successful high street that may confront a serious threat from a nearby alternative shopping destination in 12 months' time. It would be a case study on building resilience and sustainability rather than revival. So we hope you will consider the bid favourably.